Hey, how's it going on, you lovely people at Shut Door, or Door Shut, coming back to you with episode 9 of Cottage Witch, and today we're going to try and mess around with a basic inventory hopper here. I'm not 100% sure how this will work, but we're going to try this. So I think this actually should work. Maybe. I've got a filter here, and I've put in copper, iron, and gold, but we'll see what happens here. So iron should be being pushed back into here, but I'm not sure if this will actually work. I genuinely have no idea how this is really working. I'm kind of taking some guesses here, if you guys couldn't tell. But I would think this would be able to push back the iron that was previously taken out, because I was messing around with this a little bit. But I'm not sure if this is actually what I'm even looking for. I mean, that's kind of all we have, right? Is this filter? Because the reason I'm looking at this, though, is because if I did this with a filter, it actually starts pumping items into it, which I was confused by. So I'm kind of wondering, instead of this item connector here, we do a basic inventory hopper, and we put a filter, let's get rid of this, with all of this stuff in it. And then we can toss, like, for example, this in here, put that filter there. Would this start pushing these items that we want in here? Okay, it would. And there is no way. Shift right click with an empty hand to clear the filter, import or export from your inventory network. But I don't know how to make sure it's exporting or importing. Like, I don't know if there's a... But because we don't have a wrench or anything, right? Like, I'm not sure what this actually would mean. Okay. Anyway, that'll work for what we need it to there. I mean, it'll take quite a while, but there's no, like, speed upgrades or anything with this. So we're going to have to just kind of deal with the speed at which it's going currently, and then just kind of get over it. Okay. But as for the other stuff, we're going to have to figure out that Tom's definitely has its limitations. I will say that. It's definitely not the most, like, it's not the greatest storage mod out there, but it's also supposed to be simple. I think it's a little too simple on some aspects, when there could be a little bit more, like, emphasis on, like, exporting or importing instead of having one item that does it. I mean, that makes it simple, right? But at the same time, it also makes it kind of flawed because it's a little bit harder to understand. A little less simple in most people's mind, right? Okay. So it's pulling out the items. Fantastic. And that should be working. So for this stuff, do we have, like, pipes or something? We do have pipes. Yeah, because they replaced it with copper ingots. So if we were to do... Because I want to be able to export out of this chest. I wish I had a way to, like, wirelessly transmit items. But what I may need to do is... Actually, can we try that? Let's see. Controller. I don't fully know what this controller extension does, but I want to look at it for a second real quick. We may waste some resources here, but that's fine. Ooh, we're out of stone. Let me go grab some. Okay, so I've got the controller extension. I'm kind of curious. Can I link this to this? And then grab a at pipes. So we want to probably grab basic, improved, and then advanced, which is kind of extreme, I know, but that's what I'm going to have to do. And we can grab a pipe wrench. Don't really want to use a blaze rod there. Kind of just want to use a normal stick. Fantastic. And then let's get that side toggled off. Do this. That should give us filtering. And then just activate this side. Will that work? So it looks like we already have... Actually, all of it's already gone. The iron, it's all already gone. So this actually does work. This will work as kind of a wireless transmission source. So now if we grab a compacting drawer, another one here, and we were to put, for example, gold. Actually, no, let's just do copper. Copper for now. So this link to here, and we should have wireless transmission. Perfect. So that actually does work. All right, that solves some of those problems. Just a little bit. So now we have like an auto smelting. Well, not really fully auto smelting because we still are relying on coal. We may need to look at getting the tree farm stuff up and going. Speaking of tree farm stuff, with this controller extension, how far does this reach? I don't know the full distance at which the storage controller reaches. There's not a lot of great documentation out there for this functional storage mod. Even though it's newer, it's not got the greatest documentation. So let's go look at getting some more logs here. Looks like I may need to extend the ring a little bit. Okay. So quickly make some of this. And let's grab a handful of those. Okay. Oh, nope. I accidentally just threw that away. Functional storage. I should be linked still. So if I run over here, will this link? Okay, it doesn't look like it will. So how far? So like right about there. So right there actually would work. So can I move this to here and have it work? Perfect. So then that way we may need to... Actually, what am I doing? I have the advanced wireless terminal. Give me a second. At pipes, if we make a basic... I think that's all the tier we can make right now. This should, in theory, start pumping logs in. And then act functional. We do have a copper upgrade. Can we make this any higher? No, because it's gold. Okay. So let's do that. And then that should give us logs. Perfect. Should give us all the logs that are in here. Over time. Because I don't have the best upgrade in here, but that's alright. And then, of course, we have some random stuff that we can obtain from this. Oh, looks like pipe stuff. Oh, they've got like a different pipes texture pack on. That's pretty nifty. Another pipe wrench. Basic upgrade. Ooh, fancy. May not have to make one. Some just information about that. Okay. Ooh, basic to netherite tier upgrades. That would be fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Okay, now that should solve that. The problem is these are basic, of course, so I have to go back to chests. So I'd have to just plop down 4 chests and upgrade these all to netherite, and then transport all the items from the current chests into these. Where's my axe? But this would offer more stacks and stuff like that. So let's see. So if I do this there, and then take out a stack upgrade, I'm gonna let this run, and I'll be right back. All right, I think it's time. I'm back here at the creature's location that we came across the other day, and let's go around this house here. Let's go see if we can face this creature. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to take him down, but I do have a bed, so we're going to set our spawn point and everything before we enter here. So let's just legitimately set spawn point. Let's go down here, and let's see if we can face this thing. Whatever it was. I don't think it despawned here. A Murmur? That's what it's called. Okay, I killed two of the Murmurs. But assume that's not all. Elastic tendon. A tendon whip. So that was an Alex's creature thing? Or Alex's mobs? Okay. I mean, that wasn't as bad as I was thinking. It just scared the crap out of me. There's a mending piece on that chest plate, though. I mean, there's some pretty good stuff down here, too. I'm glad I came back down here. I just thought it was going to be like some hard boss. That's the way it made me think. Hammering. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me up. After that, I could not barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams. Jeez, man. Is the mod author good? Like, I would assume they wrote these. So I feel like there may be like some deep-rooted issues with the writing in this, you know? Okay, so let's toss some of this stuff in this backpack real quick. We do have a head on a pedestal. Just a player's head, nothing fancy. Okay. I don't think, I mean, this is like tomb stuff, right? Like this. Nothing behind those. I was expecting a much like harsher creature, honestly. Not gonna lie. The build-up was pretty good. The execution was awful. But that's okay. Can't win them all, can we? So let's get out of here. Alright, and then I did miss some stuff up here. Fire aspect. Bone string, we'll take that stuff. Music disc 11, might as well take it. Toss some of this stuff in here. Okay. I mean, that was this structure. No idea what this structure was, but that's cool. Looks like we also have some quest stuff that I missed over here. Yeah, we'll grab that later. Building and decorating. Pedestal, okay. Alright, so it looks like these barrels actually have some loot in them every once in a while, so we do need to keep an eye on that. It looks like we have some waxed copper here as well, and tons of andesite casing. Ooh, my axe broke, but that's okay. Pickaxe. Yeah, I'll take all this andesite casing stuff. We'll mess with that later. That's create stuff, so I'm fine. Also, I've added the overlay light mod, just so that way we're not using the mini-map version, because the mini-map version kind of sucks. Alright, so I've set up a cobblestone generator here because we don't really have a way to generate cobblestone that I could see. Let's actually quickly take a peek here. So cobble. I know we have ways to break stone down, but I don't think we have a way to make stone either. Let's see. Stone or cave creepers, it looks like. There is, of course, bulk blasting, but I don't think there's a way to genuinely make cobblestone. I guess we could make andesite. Let's see. Scare the crap out of me, raccoon. I just heard like a footstep. Crushing. There's milling with andesite. Cutting board. Yeah, I don't see anything. So what I've done here is I've got 4 steps in water and then lava in the centers, and that will allow for us to create cobblestone. So what I was thinking is we could look at creates mechanical drill. I'm not 100% sure if this is the best route to go, because of course we don't even have any andesite. We also could get into Ars Nouveau and get a block breaking spell and get turrets. I think I kind of want to go that route. Let's look at Ars Nouveau. Spell book. This thing right here. So we just need a whole bunch of iron tools. This, and do we need a sword as well? Yeah. Couldn't remember if we needed a hoe or a sword. So there's a novice spell book. And of course, pressing C opens this. And basically, what we'll do once we get the turret is we will do touch and break, and then have it on a delay. And it'll be basically this is going to replicate the actual spell turret is going to be just right clicking on this. So touch, break, create, and it'll just do this. And then of course we could have the pickup thing as well, because I'm pretty sure there's a pickup. Yeah, right here. Glyph of item pickup, which is going to be fantastic. So there's a few things we're going to have to do, but I think this will be pretty cool. I've not done anything with Ars Nouveau, so we're going to, like, in this way. And I'm kind of glad we're going to have to be using this. But we can look at the book here. We want to get a scribe table. So, scribe table, hold on. Can we upgrade this in any capacity? I think we can. I always like to see if we can actually jump a spell book here. Tier. And it looks like we can. Oh no, I don't have another blaze rod. Okay. That's fine. We'll just have to get another blaze rod later. And I just missed that because it was hovered over. See? It's red behind that. Okay. Alright, but that's fine. So let's see. So, scribe table. How do we make a scribe table? So this thing right here. It's one of the key ingredients for starting Ars Nouveau's spell building. We're just going to place this out here. Nope, not like that. Kind of try and place it this direction. And this will actually allow for us to get working on the types of spells we want. So for example, the item pickup, we will need a chest here. It's just going to be this. And then I believe we need to go into... which one is it? Oh yeah, we just right click with the spell book, and then you can see all the spells we can currently look. So since we're tier 1, we can't actually get... I thought we could get the pickup one. Where is the pickup one? This one. Select. And we have those 2 in here, so now they're going to pick up. And then this should make the item pickup one. And so now what I should be able to do is right click this item pickup, add this, and whenever we break a cobblestone block here, we should immediately get it picked up. See? Okay. So that works. That's fantastic. Next thing I want to look at is actually getting towards the spell turret. So the spell turrets, we've got a few of them, don't we? Yeah, we got a timer spell turret, we've got a basic spell turret, enchanted spell turret, and an adjustable spell turret. So, I mean, I guess we could technically craft one here. What's the timer one cost? So this does require a enchanting apparatus and all that stuff. Okay, so we don't have any source gems. So let's get some source generation going here then. So, source link. We want to grab the agronomic, which is, of course, going to need the imbuement chamber, which I don't believe this actually requires source, but we'll see here. So let's grab some lapis. I think it requires source to speed it up. Is the thing with this one. So yeah, you can see that it's gonna take a second. So let me get a few source gems, and I'll be right back. So I want to show you guys how I'm kind of doing some kind of minor um, amount of the filtering of items and transfer of items, because honestly, I don't really have a great way of doing, or a cheap way of doing it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using the smart chute here, so we can do this, put a filter in here, and we can then put a chest down here. And basically what'll happen is every time this becomes a source gem, it will immediately be dropped into this chute and then put into this chest. This is very, very complicated, very, very annoying that we have to do this way, but this is what we have, and this is probably the best solution. It's honestly cheap. Copper, tin, a little bit of redstone, a little bit of quartz, and I actually did that over here with a charcoal production piece that I made, where this has like a smelting upgrade in here. It has a stack for charcoal, and this is all memorized as well. So you can see here, so we only have this many logs in here at a time. Really, we don't need this many. We could just have one stack. But it has the furnace upgrade in here, and we don't actually need this hopper upgrade in here either anymore. But it's just using oak logs to smelt oak logs into charcoal, and that is working fantastically. So let's get out of here. And then we can go up here real quick. You can see that this is just, cruising along. And once this gets full, of course, it won't be able to do anything because it is just pushing into a drawer extension or a controller extension, and that is working. All right. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer, get a few more source gems, and I'll be back. Okay, so quickly, we're gonna make arcane pedestals here. I don't know if I have enough for this. No, I don't, but we can look at this real fast. So arcane pedestal, we'll need actually 4 of these, but I just wanted to show you guys the recipe. I've already made the spell turret. I've also made an enchanting apparatus. We need an arcane core as well. This thing right here. This actually goes under the enchanting apparatus. And let's quickly grab some more source stone. Remember the recipes like on page 7 or 8 usually for the source stone. Not 100% sure why that is, but that is the case. So we'll grab the arcane core now. And let me grab the rest of the pedestals and we'll be right back. Okay, so we aren't going to be able to use this until we get source, but I think actually I was going to put it over here. But I think since we're going to have our source generation over in this like tree farm area, we're going to probably put this, I think right about here should be good. So arcane core down first, enchanting apparatus, pedestal. I'm just going to put the pedestal right on next to this. I believe this will work. And the reason I needed to make this sooner is because I want to get some mage bloom seeds, which are 4 source stone and some seeds, and that will get us there. But I do need to get a few other things as well. So let's start working on getting the ergonomic source link and source jars. Okay. And also Ars Nouveau is a good way to do mob farms, and maybe we will try to get that sorted and figured out this in this series because I haven't messed with that at all actually. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe that might not be a bad idea to try and do that. I'm pretty sure this one works with... This source link works with trees. Let's see. Control. Generate source from nearby crops and tree growth. Yes, okay. So we have a little bit of source in here. Let's quickly take a nap. And let's see. So this is going to just take a little bit. There are different types of source links, of course. There's volcanic, there is alchemic, which this one uses potions, this one uses fuel, vitalic. I don't remember what this one is. I think death? No, animal breeding. And mob death. Okay. Nearby baby animals. Okay. Mycelic is mushrooms and stuff. No, food. Okay. So if we wanted to, we could, of course, do a food one. It's made with soup, though. That's why it's probably mycelic. Fluid source link. What is this one? I don't know this one, actually. Consumes fluid to generate source. Will automatically drain from tanks below it, if compatible. Oh, that's from Starbunkle Mania. So that's a whole other mod. I didn't even realize that. Okay. And Starbunkle Mania. Oh, Starbunkle Mania is the one that actually makes the liquefied source. Okay. Fantastic. Liquefied source means you could actually store it in tanks and stuff. Like, not these kind of tanks, but like actual normal tanks, which is pretty cool. So if you had AE2, you could store it inside of like that disc, the fluid discs, and be perfectly fine. Okay. So let's try and see if we can get a few more source gems here and a seed. So we have to put everything down first and then the seed, and this should hopefully get going. And it will, of course, use some of your source, or does it use source? It may speed up with source. Enchanting apparatus. Let's just verify. Enchanting apparatus uses pedestals and source for crafting. So it does use source. To use the enchanting apparatus, plays number of arcane pedestals within 3 blocks. Their items, with their items, once you have filled the pedestals, use the item in the middle on the enchanting apparatus block. The enchanting apparatus requires the arcane core beneath it. So it does use source. I just wanted to verify. Alright, so a mage bloom seed. So we're actually going to go over to our farm real quick with some bone meal. Do we have... I thought we had bone blocks. Maybe not? That's okay. And let's get some mage bloom fibers. From this. This is not what we're getting. This is just mage bloom, but we'll convert it into the fibers we need here in a second. And then this becomes mage bloom fibers, which we got 52 of those. We don't really need a whole lot more, but that's okay. We'll leave this planted here anyway. And let's go take a look at what we need this for, which is a blank piece of parchment. Blank parchment. Perfect. And we'll put that there. And I believe... How do we do this? Okay, so shift right click to set the spell. And then we have the basic spell turret. And I'm gonna think we need source for this. So let's actually quickly just test this. So if I have this... There we go. Touch, break, item pickup. Will this work? Do we need a button? Or a redstone signal of some sort, I think. We'll see. Okay, yes. Alrighty. So that's probably why we want the timer one of this. Instead of needing something secondary. The enchanted. What does the enchanted one do? Enchant spell turrets cast spells at half the cost compared to its basic spell turret. Do we have any sort of timer? Okay, we do not. I mean, we could theoretically make a timer if we wanted to, but we're just gonna go for a clock and see what happens. Okay, so let's go this there. And I don't fully know how we want to transfer this. Um, How do we want to transfer source? So now if we put this down and we can figure this to like every 7 seconds or something. Put the spell here, put the block here. Okay, so now it is basically a redstone timer. Cool. And what, of course, we could do with this once we get the source transmission, and we're gonna get a different source here sooner or later. But this was just kind of a test type of situation because this is definitely not the best, right? We aren't going as fast as we'd like, so I think we're gonna have to look at that one in the future. All right, and with that, we've explored Ars Nouveau a little bit. Of course, there's some things to figure out, of course. I really don't know how we're going to transmit fluids, but we do have a fluid drawer. If we can condense the source into a fluid, and then did a storage controller extension like how we have the logs, we may be able to link it to this and then have that controller extension go over there and kind of have a semi quote unquote wireless fluid transmission. It may not be the best option. We may need to move that cobblestone generator over in this area just to make things easier. But for right now, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.